Terry in Cambridgeshire, who's calling in about this issue of this government barge. We want to hear from you. Is it the big disincentive that Rishi Sunak and Robert Jenrick believe it is? Terry, will it be putting people off?
Well, absolutely. I think the fact is, I quite agree that we should get barges into this country and we should put them around the country, and we should put our own people on there. There are hundreds, thousands of people in this country that have worked all their lives, that have paid their taxes, and they're in a desperate situation, like people have mentioned, soldiers that are living off the streets. We should put our own people in there, give them the benefits that all these illegal immigrants are getting, and I think you would be applauded for that. But let's look at the bigger picture, Jake. I'm now 75, be 76 next year. I've been following politics nearly most of my life. I've always been interested in it. And what I would say to you, as you're a member of Parliament, I think you're a vice chairman of the Conservative Party.
Well, it was chairman, actually. Don't do me out my job.
Well, you're indicative of the kind of people that collectively, since I think the beginning of the Blair era, have virtually destroyed this country. I've sat and watched every day getting more and more angry, along with millions and millions of voters in this country. People in politics who've got no idea how to run this country, and you basically effectively have run this country down to a point where we're just absolutely sick of you people. I mean, you were a chairman of the Conservative Party, and yet you seem to have no effect at all. You don't understand how British people live. You live in a bubble, so you live in this Westminster bubble. You personally, as a chairman of the Conservative Party, should hang your head in shame as to what you've done collectively with all of your other people and the members of the Labour Party have done to this country. And it will go on and it will go on because this country, unfortunately, haven't got the choice of good, competent politicians, because the good people in this country go into business.
Terry, I was only chairman for 49 days. I was only chairman for 49 days, 9 days longer than Jesus lasted in the wilderness,
of course. But you've been an MP for many years.
I have been a member for many years. Look, what does the government need to do then? You don't think this barge is going to work? We've got to stop these people coming to our country illegally. It's crucial that we keep our country safe. So come on, I'm rubbish. All politicians are rubbish. I'm sure you're right about me. I'm not sure about everyone else. We're going to make you Prime Minister for a few days. What are you going to do about it?
Well, the problem is, Jake, in all honesty, the problem is now so great in this country, it seems to be almost irreversible. I think you've done so much damage. You've treated the British people with absolute contempt. And the end result of it is, I think one of the biggest votes in the next general election, including mine, will be that I will not vote. I've got no interest in voting Conservative, which I've done all my life. I certainly wouldn't vote for Labour, because if people think it's bad under your lot, imagine what it's going to be like under Keir Starmer's.
But I know, but look, Terry, you remind me, you're not dissimilar age from my father. You remind me of talking to him. He told me recently that he feels sorry for me because the country feels like it did in the late 1970s. I've got 3 young kids, and he had 3 young kids at the time. Do we need a sort of a Margaret Thatcher to come out of the wings to take our country forward, or do we need to become more left-wing, more socialist? What is the answer? I appreciate you say none of us currently in power have the answer, but what do you think the answer is?
Well, the strange thing is when you study politics or you're alive to what's going on.
I didn't study politics. I'm a lawyer actually, but
well, yeah, I mean, actually, as a member of the public, when you take not study but have a great interest in politics, which I have, or most of my working life. The problem we have now is if you look across the Western world, there are no leaders of any real worth. We've got a problem in Germany where the guy there is a complete waste of time. You've got this problem with a lame-duck president in France. You've got this appalling situation in America. I mean, the Chinese and the Russians must be absolutely laughing all the way to the bank, because there are no strong leaders in the Western countries.
Well, I think Terry, I think Rishi Sunak, if he was here, and he's always welcome to call, as is Keir Starmer, would say it's one of his top 5 priorities to stop the boats. He's got until, I think it's about the 3rd of January to do it. So let's see if this barge makes this.
Terry, look, let me just finish. Let me just finish by saying I would not give him, Rishi Sunak, a job in my company. I wouldn't even give him a job as a manager. He's just not worth it. The guy's got no right to be called Prime Minister of this country. He's an absolute disgrace.
OK, Terry, thanks. It's always good to hear from you.